People visit Cornwall for lots of reasons. However, I don't expect many to come for a city break. But maybe they should, as just north of the Roseland Peninsula is this county's only city, Truro. At its heart sits a cathedral, the very building which gives the town its city status. I always feel rather cosmopolitan walking through Truro, a place which found fortune through its docks, trading mainly in tin and copper. There used to be a pattern of alleyways where the dock workers took shortcuts to crisscross the town. Today, most of these have been built over, but this one remains.
I think this is it.
With an infamous history.
It's, I thought it was going to be a bit of a tourist attraction. It's called Squeeze Guts Alley. I can see why it's called Squeeze Guts Alley. There's this really quite nice poem which goes, "If on a fine midwinter's eve, through Squeeze Guts Alley you should squeeze, please beware of Fiery Steve, who haunts the alley upon that day." Anyway, Fiery Steve used to get so irritated by all the people working, trying to get jobs down on the Lemon Quay, and they used to come through these narrow alleys, that he started throwing hot coals from his fire down on them. And one night, he took a shovel of coals out and was going to heave them out the window. They fell onto his nightshirt and he caught alight. And he was so sort of panicky, he fell through the window and perished. And that was the end of Fiery Steve.
But the building you can't fail to notice is Truro's wonderful cathedral. One of only 4 British cathedrals to have 3 spires, this magnificent piece of Gothic revival architecture isn't as old as you might think. After 30 years of construction, the first service wasn't held till 1910. In fact, to make way for the cathedral, the previous church, St. Mary's, had to be destroyed. But rather than losing it completely, the architect incorporated the south aisle into his plans. And I can't help spotting another oddity, that the central aisle isn't straight, but has a kink. I've met my old friend, Daphne Skinnard, who is a lay chapter canon, which means she's on the governing board of the cathedral.
Well, thanks for bringing me up here, Daphne, because I've never been up here before. And the thing that's very noticeable is the kink. Just tell me about the kink.
The kink is all to do with the cathedral being built on the site of St. Mary's Church. And if the nave had been straight, then the west door, which is the main door for the cathedral, would have been in the middle of the road. So that's why there's a bit of a kink, yes.
It sort of gives you a bit of, I don't know, makes it more sort of human in a way. But what about the little patch of blue there, then?
Right in the middle of the stained glass, yes. Yeah. So the story goes that there was a mischievous cathedral chorister who decided to get his air rifle out one day and took a pot shot at a flagpole. It ricocheted, hit the stained glass.
What?
And yes, absolutely, it came through the stained glass.
How bad would you feel about that, then?
Well, he didn't say anything until just before he died, and then he owned up to the accident. But in the meantime, the stained glass was replaced with something from a kitchen door.
I suppose once you'd sort of, like, shattered it, where are you going to get another piece from?
It just catches your eye all the time.
Lovely cathedral, isn't it? Although this is a bit high church, isn't it, Truro?
Yes, very much so.
Would you
bells and smells.
Bells and smells.
So you have the incense and the bells as well that mark the communion.
Just thinking of Santiago in
Compostela.
Yeah.
Yes,
We filmed there once. And it costs €1,000 to get one swing of the incense burner that goes right up and down the cathedral.
I'm sure we wouldn't charge you that much.